I'm gonna buy them off. A 7 Nation army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it off, taking their time right behind my back. And I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Back and forth through my mind behind the cigarette. And that message coming from my eyes said, leave it alone. Oh, I'll leave that alone.
RIU Palace Bavaro, the brand new, completely remodeled flagship RIU in Punta Cana. RIU is maturing a little bit, becoming a bit more upscale, and apparently this is a glimpse into that as well as the future. This is my last RIU to see in Punta Cana. Did I save the best for last? We will see. This is RIU Palace Bavaro, Punta Cana.
Don't wanna hear about it. Every single one's got a story to tell. Everyone knows about it. From the Queen of England to the hounds out there. And if I catch it coming back my way, I'm gonna send it to you. Yeah. And that ain't what you wanna hear, but that's what I hear. And the feelings coming from my bones says find a home. Find a home.
Okay, I'm diving right into the video, literally. This is an Elite Club room. It has 3 of the best things I've ever encountered in a RIU room before. I'm also in the Elite Club area. I'll talk about the benefits later. And right now I'm off to the brand new Elite Club restaurant. It could be, and it should be, the best meal I've ever encountered at a RIU. That actually was the best meal I've ever had at a RIU. I woke up this morning and immediately started to Google churches because I need to go to confession. That dinner was pure sin. With the pork belly appetizer and then the cowboy steak that came pre-sliced with all the different types of gravies and sauces, and then the desserts. Oh my God, they were incredible. The key lime pie with the thick, crumbly, fresh crust, and then that brownie was just insane, delicious gooiness. It was in a prohibition theme. It was very boutique, very intimate. Service was great. I could definitely get used to that for sure. So this is RIU Palace Bavaro. It's only been up and running for a couple months now. This is the flagship RIU in Punta Cana and supposedly the vision for future RIUs henceforth. It is a family hotel. There is an adults only section here. And if you want to take your adults only experience to the next level, they have Elite Club. So this is the lobby. Grand, spacious, open, intuitive, functional. Gone are the bold, in-your-face, dramatic colors like the reds and the purples and the blacks. It's very bright in here, very Miami, with the whites, the off-whites, the grays, the earth tones. Intuitive, like I said, you have check-in on your left. You have Elite Club check-in on the right. This is gonna be your more personalized, upscale, bespoke experience. As you leave the lobby and get into the main landscape area, it's a very familiar look and feel if you stayed at a RIU Palace before. The water leads you all the way into the pools lead you into the beach. It's very intuitive out here as well. Everything is in one area. Entertainment in one area, pools in one area, food court in one area, restaurants in one area, and an Elite Club in one area, and that's all the way at the end. And this is the Elite Club Junior Suite. It indeed has 3 of the best things I've ever encountered in any RIU room. First is the bathroom. It's a lot like the one over at RIU Macau, but it is just a tad better. But what makes it a little bit better than the one at Macau would be the water closet. It's completely separate. That's going to give you an uptick in privacy. Plus, it's right off the entryway, which is great for entertaining. Also, the mini bar setup is fabulous. It's a dedicated area. It literally is a mini bar. Every RIU room is going to have the alcohol dispenser, but this one is the most premium that I've ever encountered. Look at these brands up there. You have some Absolute, you have an upscale rum, you have some Bombay Sapphire, and then some Johnny Walker Black. And number 3 would be the bed. Usually it's the Achilles heel in any RIU room. This one is the opposite. It is plush, it's comfortable, it's enjoyable. It's by far the best I've encountered in any RIU room. So those are the top 3 things about this room. It does have some other features. The balcony has some awesome views. It overlooks the Elite Club pool. And I can see right down to the beach and the ocean. The room isn't perfect though. It does have some major annoyances. The toilet is broken, doesn't work at all. Neither does the phone or TV. No internet either. The minibar was really understocked. It was really skimp and sparse. And there is a really annoying squealing sound that's coming from the mechanical area. I think it's the aromatherapy. It's going off every 5 minutes. Yeah. Officially, this is hotel number 26 for me in Punta Cana, and officially I've done all the RIUs in Punta Cana. I'll stand by my statement that I made in my very first RIU video, and that is, these are some of the best beaches you're gonna find in the entire area. The beach literally goes on forever, so finding a spot of sand or water for yourself is never an issue. The water is electric blue with different highlights. It's very picturesque. There's rarely any seaweed. The sand is relatively fluffy and soft. And the seating at this property at Bavaro Palace is literally intermingled among the palm trees, more so than I've ever seen. It's a lot easier to be out on the beach all day when you have a shady, cool spot as your home base. I think I found the Elite Club beach area, I think. And it's shady. It's really shady. In a cool way. It's very jungly in here, lots of growth, very secluded, very private, very cool. Temps are extremely low. Be very easy to spend an entire day right here, especially because the Elite Club pool is right next to it. Easy segue back and forth. I guess theoretically you could make the argument that this is the most exclusive part of the beach area, but I'm not sure how elite it is. I definitely wouldn't pay for the beach, that's for sure. The beach area actually grew on me a little bit, or it started to, I should say. And it almost did until I got snapped back to reality. I realized that there's no wait staff out there, and I kind of just assumed there would be since this is Elite Club. And then also there were some families with children in there. And the only reason I knew that is because I could hear them, not really see them. And what's the point of having a segregated, adults only, upscale Elite Club area if it's not going to be enforced? So that left me with my same original conclusion. Beach area, Elite Club, not really worth it. And then I went to the pool and I was extremely impressed because RIU finally has some upscale alcohols at their properties. I saw a Grey Goose, I saw a Don Julio, I saw a couple upscale rums, and then I got hit with some RIU reality again. I ordered a drink, a Coca Rosa. I've ordered this drink at every RIU I've been to this year. This was an abomination. This brings back PTSD from RIU Bamboo. I don't know what that was. That makes an ice slushy look like a delicacy. This is one of the worst drinks I've ever had in my life. The pool itself is somewhat charming, somewhat quaint. It has a little bit of style. It's just not your block Soviet Union pool that I'm used to seeing at a RIU, which is great. It's all the way at the end of the property. There's some modern music playing in the background, which gave it some atmosphere. There were some people there, but not too many. The setup is actually pretty good. It's right outside my room, so it's an ultra convenient location. The only problem is that it's understaffed, and it's so understaffed, it takes understaffed to a whole new level. Only one bartender for the entire Elite Club beach and pool area. I'm right outside Krystal, which is almost always the best restaurant at a RIU Palace, but I don't think it's going to be better than last night. It could be. We will see, but regardless, I am excited to see what the brand new Krystal at a flagship RIU is going to be like. Before that though, I'm going to pop into the Elite Club Lounge. Elite Club members only. It looks kind of swank, looks kind of classy, looks kind of upscale. I bet I could get a proper Coco Rosa in there. All right, so not much going on in there at the moment, but I am told it does pick up a little bit at 10 or 11 o'clock, which is when the entertainment show ends, which makes sense. I'm also told that it's not 24/7, although it does say so on the internet. I guess they close at midnight, at least as of the making of this video. It reminds me a little bit of the RIU Palace Macau Cuban Lounge, at least in terms of the style, the decor, and the color scheme, although I will say that this one is a little bit of a lesser species. Krystal has new menu choices. What? Lobster bisque puff pastry, lobster tartare. Overall, the decor was kind of bistro-esque, kind of diner-esque with its rectangular form. Definitely modern color choices, very in vogue, great design. Definitely a much needed and fresher take on Krystal. As of right now, I'm off to breakfast. Just a quick pop in. I'm told that the buffet has a super secret and special Elite Club option. Breakfast in the books. It's nice to finally have an a la carte option for breakfast at RIU. I can't remember the last time, if ever, I've experienced that. I'm not sure it's worth getting up for in the morning, but if you're there and you want to kind of avoid the buffet and be waited on, I think it is a nice feature. As of right now, I'm off to the lobby. I'm gonna make my reservation for dinner tonight, my last night here. I'm thinking Steakhouse, and then after that, huge day at the pool. The coffee shop might be the place to start your morning here at RIU Palace Bavaro. You get a proper coffee. I had a cappuccino as well as a cortada. They have cinnamon rolls underneath the lamp. They have pastries and they have yogurts. You get in, get out. There's hardly anybody there in the morning. It's actually more packed in the afternoon. It's right at the lobby, easily located. Again, I think it's probably the best place to start your morning in terms of the buffet and the restaurant. This beach area, by the way, I actually like it. It's not as cultivated and it's not as lush as the Elite Club area, but definitely a lot easier to navigate. The family pool is a setup I've never seen before at any RIU. It's triangulated, kind of butterflies open at the end when you get to this beach area. The columns kind of give it a little bit of class. It is surprisingly quiet for a RIU family pool. On the right is a food court, 8 different options in case you get hungry. No swim-up bar, but there is a bar to the left, and behind that bar is the adult pool. That is what I'm most interested in. That's what I've been looking forward to this entire day. Before I get on to the evening, which starts with the steakhouse, I want to show you what the buffet is like. I've been in there a few times already. I definitely have my opinions. I'm going to show it to you very quickly, and then we're off to this evening. The adult pool today was like a double boomerang or a mirrored boomerang, larger than what it looked, but still kind of on the smaller side. Perfect crowd. The crowd had amazing energy. It was perfectly sized. There was wonderful action all the way up until close. The bartenders were really cool. There was really fun music. If you are of age, that is definitely the spot to be here at RIU Palace Bavaro. Just walking through the lobby here on my way to dinner, I walked past and I asked for something special. I got a rum runner. Not only is it beautiful, and not only does it taste great, it was a really cool experience. The bartender sang to the drink. He gave it some love, he romanticized it. Definitely a really cool experience. So running into a bit of a snag here, I'm outside the steakhouse, and my reservation's at 8. They only have 2 reservation times, 6 and 8. I just had chosen 8 and then just walked in early. At every other restaurant, I've done this. Here, they're not letting me. They're saying 8 o'clock, even though there are open tables everywhere. They're really by the book, really stern. I don't want to skip the steakhouse. I don't want to skip the show. But if I can't get in early, something's got to give. Every other restaurant let me in early, and this one had seating. They just were saying no just to say no. While I was trying to get in, some lady just cut in front of me and started talking to who was ever in charge, just took position. And I thought that she was trying to translate at first, and then I realized that she was also extremely angry. In fact, she was giving it to him, and also kind of defending me at the same time. And then while I was eating, some guy started screaming at the manager. It was so uncomfortable. Like the whole place just kind of stopped. It was taken aback. It happened for like 5 minutes. That's 3 times within an hour. And at that point, it's much more than a coincidence. So I think that place is just off. It's weird. They did completely mess up my steak. The service was putrid, took forever. And overall, just kind of an awkward experience. So that was a little taste, actually the taste, of nightlife at RIU Palace Bavaro. It's not the craziest RIU on the planet, but it certainly does have a diverse nightlife menu. So as far as Elite Club, the big 3 benefits are in order. Number 1 would be the Elite Club restaurant. It is in a league of its own. It's head and shoulders above everything else on property, and that includes Krystal. Number 2 is guaranteed checkout at 1 p.m. This is a game changer and almost as important as the restaurant. RIU usually has checkout at 11 a.m. and by pushing it back 2 hours, That makes way for a half day on property, which means you have more time to get more for your money, create more memories, or just take your time getting to the airport. Lastly would be the Elite Club pool. This is a distant third, but it is a nice option if the family pool and the adult pool is not your thing. It's a great place just to get some sun and some solace. So be forewarned, RIU Palace Bavaro is balanced, too balanced. As always, let's get the negatives out of the way. The first one is the room. My room specifically, without internet, a phone, and a working toilet, I might as well just have moved my mattress outdoors. Number two would be the drinks. They are despicable for a flagship RIU, on par with what I experienced at RIU Bamboo. I was appalled at their poor quality, especially after experiencing Macau and RIU Palace Jamaica. Lastly, RIU is becoming corporate. Now, this is almost inevitable with any corporation or company that becomes this size, but RIU is making an obvious streamlining attempt towards more profits. The biggest example of this is removing the marquee feature at the breakfast buffet, the omelet station. And to take the insanity even further, elite club members, top-tier guests paying the most to be on property, can only dine at 6 p.m. or 8 p.m., while general guests can walk in whenever they want. That is bass-ackwards beyond belief. So those are the negatives, and spoiler, they're also the positives. The first one is the rooms. Yes, mine was dysfunctional, but it still had 3 of the best things I've ever encountered in any RIU room ever. Number 2 would be the premium alcohols. This is kind of geared towards elite club members, but despite the drinks being absolutely abhorrent, but the premium alcohol selection will definitely catch the eye of a connoisseur or someone just looking for a refined or refreshing spirit. Lastly, RIU is maturing. Yes, they've gone corporate and they have major kinks that need a deep massage. But overall, I do like the direction that RIU is going, specifically with theme and food. Because the pros and cons are so equal and polarizing, the rating is obvious. It's right down the middle at 3. Is this the best overall RIU in Punta Cana? No, it's not. Is it the best all-ages RIU in Punta Cana? Probably. It indeed was an interesting experience, and it is a glimpse into RIU's vision for the future. RIU is certainly fixing things that were broken in the past, but they also seem to be breaking things that are already fixed.